The U.S. Senate panel unanimously backs the bill to give Congress a vote on the Iran nuclear deal. Meanwhile, residents of Havana welcome President Obama's decision to remove Cuba from the list of state sponsors of terrorism. Tell us why, Christine Domingo.
In Cuba, residents of Havana hailed President Obama's decision to remove Cuba from the U.S. list of state sponsors of terrorism, clearing away the main obstacle to restoring diplomatic relations and reopening embassies after more than half a century of enmity. Obama's decision comes on the heels of a Western Hemisphere summit in Panama, where Obama and Cuban President Raul Castro sat down on April 11 for the first meeting between the U.S. and Cuban leaders in nearly 60 years. Cuba's communist government had demanded removal from the U.S. blacklist to move forward on efforts to normalize relations between the two former Cold War foes. Obama ordered a review of Cuba's presence on the list after he and Castro announced a diplomatic breakthrough on December 17. Washington placed Cuba on the list in 1982, citing then-President Fidel Castro's training and arming of communist rebels in Africa and Latin America. But Cuba's presence on the list has been questioned in recent years. Congress has 45 days to consider Obama's decision before it takes effect, and lawmakers are extremely unlikely to block the move. In America, the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee voted 19-0 on Tuesday to approve an amended version of a bill that would give Congress a vote on any final nuclear deal with Iran. Committee Chairman Republican Senator Bob Corker said Republican and Democratic leaders of the committee reached a compromise agreement that would shorten Congress's review of any final Iran nuclear deal to 52 days under an Iran nuclear bill. The compromise would give Congress 30 days to review the deal, 12 days for a possible veto of congressional action by President Barack Obama, and then 10 days for an override vote. International negotiators have set a June 30 deadline for reaching a final agreement aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear program in exchange for lifting economic sanctions against Iran. Nuclear talks between Iran and world powers will resume on April 21 at the deputy level. Iran and the United States, Britain, France, Russia, China, and Germany reached a preliminary deal on Iran's disputed nuclear program this month and are aiming to reach a final accord by the end of June. Christine Domingo reporting for Y News.